WL 502. It has ended already last week, but we didn't have time for making a review video, so this is our review of WL 502. The first matchup on day was Paul versus Paul. Up and coming Paul LINN, who's very strong, very dominant, this year's Arnold Classic champion.
Yep.
Versus Paul Talbot, very experienced hammer holder in past years.
They met before actually in a pound per pound super match. It could be last autumn, I think. They had super match already, and then it was 3-2 for Paul Talbot.
3-2 for Paul Talbot.
Yeah, so it's
Paul LINN has improved,
or or Paul Talbot getting weaker. I think Paul LINN, he's not so long in sport, and he's getting better.
He's getting better. Yeah, he's going after it hard.
And it's more than a half year later, and
yeah. So round one, Paul LINN took his arm, getting dominant position. And
he took a hand, took a wrist,
and it's over. Round two. This was interesting because I watching it live, I thought like no, like Paul LINN still has it. He took his arm, but Talbot get into as much side press as he could and just press through him. But I think on last two rounds it was Paul LINN taking his arm and getting position, staying in that position, and just from there it was not much that.
Paul Talbot is a very strong arm wrestler, and his arm strength, his side strength, his pressing ability is really good. His arms not looking huge, and he don't seem as the strongest arm wrestler, but he is actually one of. But anyway, if you are out of position, if you are losing hand, if you're losing wrist, if you're losing rotation, you need to be twice as strong to be able to press through. And that's the thing what Paul LINN did. Paul LINN himself is a good inside arm wrestler. He can press, he can go side, and if he has your wrist, you don't have too much chances to fight against.
Yeah,
and
I think he used all his strength in round two, trying to press him, and that's where it all ended.
Yeah, but Paul LINN is improving. He's getting better. He won against Daniel Moiser in Arnold Classics in April. He won no super match against Paul LINN, and I think he's closing this gap between best arm wrestlers in USA in his weight division, and probably he's already somewhere up with best USA arm wrestlers in this weight class.
Yeah. So Michelle Dugan versus Angie Rose. 3-1 for Michelle. Basically, in every match when it started, athlete who took start and wrist won, because it was like round one it was Angie, round two it was Michelle, or other way around, and then it happened like that. But
it was, watching from side, from me, it was classical women's arm wrestling. No any disrespect, but if you watch very often women's arm wrestling, what we see, your upper wrist is losing, both girls are losing wrist, and both are just trying for top roll without good dominant hand control. And this time
it was the same.
It was the same, and all those fights was even without straps, both with straps. It was fight for this top position. Who will be a little bit higher? Who will have this hand position? Yeah. A little bit more
hand control,
wrist flexion from one of them, and
and that's the result.
Yeah, but
they looked very even.
But they are strong arm wrestlers, and Dugan won against Victoria Carlson, I think, a year ago, or could be a year ago, with right arm in a super fight, or even 2 years ago.
No, I think it was last year. I think Victoria had super match last year, but we could be wrong.
It was fight when Fia Rysek won against Bulgarian Dimitrova, and I think Victoria Carlson lost against Dugan.
Round 3 of the day, Ryan ESPY versus Jerry CADDORETTE. So everyone know where it's gonna go, what Jerry's gonna do, and what Ryan ESPY was trying to do. It was 3-0 for Jerry. And like Ryan took his arm, but I think you cannot let someone as strong as Jerry get on top of you. You need to stay higher, and he was like here with his elbow not having any chances to go anywhere. He was fixed in position, his arm was down, he was just pressing. Even though you have upper hand here, it's still not much you can do. You know, you cannot press right through him, you cannot go over him, you have no space to go. So
if Jerry is already in this position, you are in trouble, and to get out of this position
all day,
it's almost impossible. And you can say it's not right to go in this position, but the question is, do you have weapons against this? And Ryan didn't have. It's impossible to beat with defensive top roll arm wrestlers like Jerry CADDORETTE.
He will give up his arm, and
he don't care. He don't care about this.
Very good, and he holds his angles. You cannot get him like this.
And to fight against such arm wrestlers, you need a side press, you need a triceps press. It's possible for beginning, if you have good back pressure, to open up a little bit his angle, but then you need to transit for side press.
Because he's going with all his weight down.
Or to go directly against him, or even go inside with him if it's possible to get inside, then you have good hook.
Because at the end, it's if you're staying in this position, you have to basically curl his whole body up like this. So it wasn't much Ryan could do, and Jerry is very uncomfortable for anyone. I think he's a nightmare when someone says you need to pull Jerry CADDORETTE, and you don't have those weapons to beat him.
Ryan is very strong arm wrestler, but what he is doing is not working against Jerry.
I think he can beat 90% of other heavyweights, but here it won't work. So the first main event of the day, Sam Harris versus GEOFF Hale for lightweight champion title. Where are those hammers, Jans? Where are those hammers?
Should I find some?
Get some hammers here. Get some hammers here.
No, but I do have some. Okay.
This is 2017, and this is 2015. Yeah, and in the gym we have 2014.
Yeah. 2014.
So, we're going to talk about some champion and about some super match, about something. So, Sam Harris, GEOFF Hale. It started unexpectedly. GEOFF just went inside and pressed him. First round was super fast.
I was predicting easy win for Sam Harris, basically because of fight we remember before. Mindaugas against GEOFF Hale. Mindaugas was Mindaugas was actually playing with GEOFF Hale. He could do anything, and also Sam Harris and GEOFF Hale 1 year ago. Again, Sam Harris was.
It looked easy. It was 3-1 or 3-2.
Last year?
Yeah.
Last year it was 3-1, I think, for Sam Harris, and this time, but that's the thing with good top rollers. Sam Harris is really good top roller, but if you are out of your position, game is changing, and GEOFF Hale did what he have to do. He get inside. He was first out of start. He get in position, and he could be even smarter, and maybe in second round
just hold
play a little bit, burn him out, and
because round 1, round 2, GEOFF, and round 3, Sam got in his defensive top roll, got in position, and from there he won round 3 and round 4. Round 5 was somewhat controversial, you know how you look at it, because you never know what the referee is gonna do exactly, especially this referee, you know, like who will have foul, because elbows were jumping for everyone. And
in a wall, it's three fouls. 3 fouls.
Running foul. If you
so GEOFF had 2 running fouls before.
I guess so. Yeah.
It should be. and then he gets third fall, and they stop the match.
Yeah. And ANGIE went to Sam.
Yeah.
I think it was weird, you know. It was weird because he was pressing and he was defending, and match could go on. And I think, like, why would you stop this match because there were a lot of fouls in that match.
And one more thing, Jeff get inside first 2 rounds, and he was able to hook Sam Harris and to win. He lost wrist in the 3rd and 4th, but in 5th round, when they stopped the match, Jeff Hale was more in position, like he was in the 1st and 2nd round. Yeah. So
I would say that I think Jeff would just pressed and broke his arm if he had a chance to win that match. I think he would done anything. So very unfortunate that it ended this way. But like
from other way, it's unfortunate for Jeff Hale, but for other way, it's again give us some interest maybe for another rematch or super fight, or maybe it's always also referee mistakes builds up interest for sport and some new like theories how it could be and how it could actually go.
I saw like the best meme ever. Like it was WL match, Todd versus Matt Mask. Matt Mask lifts his elbow up. Bart Wood stops the match and says, "That's an elbow fall for Devon." Same here, you know. So we go to the final match of WL 502. Matt Mask versus Todd Hutchings, and you said that Matt Mask would win.
I was wrong again.
I win this one. And but it was unexpected. Too much power, just getting inside and just pressing through. Like you can see that Matt couldn't do anything. He couldn't get out from this position. He was very under. Even though when he took his arm, he was still like under because.
Matt Mask is very aggressive out of start, and his back pressure, hand control, speed, everything is there. Yeah. And I was expecting that will be enough, but Todd Hutchings' best move is side pressure. And Matt Mask's worst move or weakest link is side pressure. Yeah. So what can happen if you put best against worst? And also, I was watching one more time Marcio Barboza and Matt Mask. Matt Mask won 3-1, but Marcio Barboza won one fight, 1 round against Matt Mask, and he won without wrist.
Just pressing through
with side pressure. And actually, when we are watching those fights, and thinking about fight Todd Hutchings and Matt Mask, we could somehow see that it will happen. That if Marcio Barboza, who is really strong arm wrestler, but he's not known by best arm wrestler who is pulling without wrist, then and Todd Hutchings don't care. He don't care. No. It doesn't matter for him. A wrist is like this or wrist. He can go side anyway.
Sometimes even if he can get your wrist, he was like, I don't need that. He just press through you. Like,
who cares about hand? Just pure side.
Yeah. And it was a surprise. It ended 3-0, and Matt couldn't get that speed, get that flash pins that he wanted. You know, he got stopped pretty easily.
It's also the setup, wall setup with those referees' grip when they both already before started pulling.
In setup, I would give 100% advantage.
It's not 100, but it's definitely like a WAF setup for Matt Mask would be much better. His explosiveness would be more dangerous for Todd in WAF setup.
Yeah.
In a while, you are pulling before start. You are moving everywhere. And for those explosive athletes, that's not so easy to start there.
So that's our thoughts on WL 502. Next WL 503, we're gonna be there. Giannis is going to kick Tom Holland's ass, send him back to UK, and we're gonna see you there, guys, and we can do our prediction videos about that one as well. Except Giannis and Tom, Giannis is gonna win. So thank you for watching. Stay strong.
Take care.